this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
All cat parents understand the feeling of being totally ignored by your cat and often thinking, does my cat even love me? There's only one solution to solve that, Sheba. Feed your cat Sheba and go from feeling ignored to truly adored in 12 days guaranteed or your money back. Sheba has a menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, and even a kittens menu. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater, like Sheba Puree made with bone broth, a smooth and creamy texture that cats love, or Sheba Grilled, protein-rich formula made with real chicken and seafood. To learn more, check out Sheba.com.
Hey folks, owning a home means one thing. Something's gonna break. AC, plumbing, fridge, and it's never convenient or cheap. That's where American Home Shield comes in. An AHS Home warranty can help protect your wallet from pricey breakdowns on even your oldest appliances and systems. And if they can't repair the covered item, they'll replace it. So check out American Home Shield and get 20% off any plan at ahs.com/SYSK and see promo details. See ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including service fees, limitations, and exclusions. American Home Shield. Don't worry, be warranty.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know, a production of iHeartRadio.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark, and there's Charles W. Chuck Bryant, and we are going deep underneath the city of Paris, city of lights, a city too busy to sleep because it eats big apples. In this episode of Stuff You Should Know.
That's right. Big thanks to Anna for the contribution here on the Paris Catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever toured the Paris Catacombs?
Yes, I have. Have you?
I have not, and I think I remember you telling me that you had. I've been to Paris 3 times, have not yet done this. It was not on my radar the first 2, didn't have time the third trip. So if and when I ever get back to Paris, it's on the list.
I recommend it. Have you ever been to the Moulin Rouge?
Yes.
Okay. So the Moulin Rouge is generally topless dance numbers, typically, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice that when you were at the Moulin Rouge, boobs there were so many boobs everywhere that they just totally lost all context and meaning?
Yeah. 12-year-old Chuck was like, I don't understand what's happening.
Right. But I'll bet even 12-year-old Chuck was like yawning by the end of it, right? Because there's just so many boobs everywhere that it doesn't mean anything anymore. The catacombs are the Moulin Rouge of human bones.
Oh, so many skulls that it's just like, whatever, there's another skull?
Yeah. Yeah. It's bizarre because you realize you're just like, ho-hum, there's another dead body, there's another dead body, there's another leg bone. But it's still worth going to just because it's so bizarre. But there's just so many human bones around you that it's like your brain just gets saturated and you just stop thinking of them like that.
So the JSAT, the Josh SAT would be Moulin Rouge is to boobs as the Paris Catacombs is to blank.
Human bones.
Yeah.
That'd be the right answer.
Choice A.
What would be the other choices?
Oh, man. I don't know. I haven't taken a test like that in so long. That'd be fun to take the SAT again.
Would it?
I think so.
Okay. Sure.
How long does that take?
I don't know, but it's changed since we were there. But hours. Sure. I remember it taking hours. It used to actually test IQ, and now it just tests like retention.
Oh, well, I'm screwed.
So here's the other answers, Chuck. Cod fishing.
Yeah.
Modge Podge.
And there's got to be one close one. Like gravesite or something.
Okay, there you go.
And you'd be like, no.
No, grave wax. Do you remember that from back in the day?
Is that the human goop that seeps out?
Mm-hmm.
That you can make soap out of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
All right. That's a great JSAT. We should have our own Stuff You Should Know SAT. That'd be a fun thing to design.
I have, it would be fun. I have one more story about the catacombs.
Let's hear it.
So when we went, I've only been once, and it was a few years back, but we went with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and our niece, the very famous Mila, who's been in tons of movies. She played young Mary in the movie Mary that came out on Netflix this past Christmas. Did you know that?
No, and you didn't shout that one out, so I'm glad you are.
Well, we were off, so I didn't get a chance to, but it's definitely worth watching. It's like pretty religious movie. I mean, it's about Mary, the mother of
Mary,
Jesus.
Mary.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that Mary. You're like, Mary, sure. And it is fascinating. Like my brother-in-law also was a producer on it too. And it has like action. It has like, it's a thriller. It has like a really evil villain played by Anthony Hopkins. Like, it's just a really good movie that you'll watch from beginning to end and be like, this is pretty good.
I have to check it out. And I'm also going to forgive you for when I said Mary, Mary for not saying.
Why you bugging?
Thank you. You passed. You're back in the good graces.
Well, anyway, back to my story. So little Mila, she must have been 5-ish at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She went to the catacombs with us, right? So she's walking around this ossuary with bones and human skulls everywhere. And Yumi or I asked her, like, are you scared right now? And she said, I would be. No,
they're like boobs?
Right. She said, I would be if these were real. We were like, we just looked at each other out of the corners of our eyes and we're like, well, let's look over here now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, that's adorable.
It was very adorable. What's funny is, the irony of the whole thing is this is the same kid at about the same age who was scared to death on the movie ride at Disney Hollywood Studios, but is standing there in an ossuary of millions of bones, human bones and skulls, and is like, meh.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So those are all my stories about the catacombs. I figure we should probably start talking about it.
Yeah. So this is, let's go back in time, I guess. I mean, we know already what it is. It's a series of underground tunnels where more than 6 million Parisians are there, forever.
What's crazy
unless they decide to move them again.
Right. And you have no idea who's who. Like, one bone doesn't belong to another bone. No idea whose skull is who. It's crazy.
Yeah. So if you go back in time, let's say 45 million years during the Lutetian period, there was an erosion event that caused a lot of what became to be known as Lutetian, or Paris rock or Paris limestone or Parisian limestone deposited there. Mm-hmm. And that is, if you go to Paris and you see everything as that sort of creamy gray, that's what that is. And that's what gives Paris its distinct look, because they had loads and loads and loads of it. And the reason we're starting with this is because the mining of that Lutetian limestone is where these tunnels started. About 2,000 years ago, on the banks of the rivers there, they had these quarries where they would mine the heck out of this stuff. And before you know it, Paris is sitting on top of a vast network of tunnels.
Yeah, something like 32 square kilometers of tunnels, which, to put in American terms, is like a lot of bananas.
Yes.
10 times the size of Central Park, apparently, is underneath Paris.
Yeah.
I think it's 300 kilometers of tunnels. Isn't that just nuts?
It's a lot.
But I mean, if you think about it, if you mine an area, relatively small area for a couple thousand years, you're gonna make some headway eventually, and that's what they did. The key is this, Chuck. Originally, these quarries were sensibly well outside of the city of Paris.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a very, very tiny original city of Paris that eventually grew and grew and grew. And over time, Paris overtook these old quarries that in most cases were no longer used or mined any longer. So the city built itself over abandoned mines that people had just plumb forgotten about.
That's right. And that presents a couple of very big problems. First of all, if you've got a city growing and growing and getting built on and getting heavier and heavier, and a lot of the underground has been dug out, that is a problem. And there were numerous incidents of sinkholes, of buildings collapsing into themselves, of all kinds of, tragedies happening over the years throughout the history of Paris, because it was built on, hollow ground in a lot of places. Right.
That's why another very famous nickname for Paris is the Florida of Europe.
Right. I'm sure they love that. The other big problem is that Parisians used to love burying themselves in Paris. Like, you wanted to be laid to rest in the city where you grew up and lived your life.
At your church, typically, too.
Yeah, like very, very locally. And by the 18th century, late 18th century, this was a big problem. There were too many bodies. The disease was being spread. So this led to a couple of things. I think in the 1730s, there was an actual parliamentary commission study about how disease from these, dead people everywhere in Paris was hurting the city. And then it took about 40 years. Eventually, in 1777, King Louis the 16th created the IGC. You want to pronounce that?
Oh, yes, please. The Inspection Générale des Carrières.
And what were they charged with?
So carrières is French for careers, and another word for career is a path or tunnel. So this was the commission overseeing mines and mine shafts in Paris.
Right. So basically, hey, we got this report 40 years ago that no one's acted on, so we need to really start looking into this stuff. And Chief Inspector, can you pronounce his name?
Charles Axel F. Guillemot.
He came along as the chief inspector and said, all right, you know what? We're going to shore up these mines and make sure they're not going to keep collapsing. And also, we're going to start moving bodies out of here. We got a body problem, not a 3-body problem. We have a millions body problem.
Yeah.
And we're going to start moving bodies out of, let's start with the oldest one, the Holy Innocents Cemetery, which has been around since 1186. Let's start moving things out of here and from other cemeteries, close these things down, and start moving them into these old mine shafts.
Yeah, and like you said, there was a body problem. I think you kind of touched on it a second ago, where there was a general sense of disease coming from these putrefying bodies that were just piling up in the cemeteries. But structurally speaking also, so like I guess at the time in France, they would bury you with a bunch of other people who died at the same time in a group pit, let you decompose. After 5 years, they would bury you up, and then they would just deposit your bones in an ossuary. They were like, here's a bunch of bones. Let's move on to the next group of people and bury them for 5 years. So many people's bones built up over the years that neighborhoods built near this, their like cellars would collapse in and bones would just come out because of the pressure put on these huge piles of bones that were building up. So there was a huge problem with it. But I also read that was a bit of like a cover story, that they were really interested, the government of Paris was interested in reclaiming some really great real estate now. Yeah. And so they did this, whether people liked it or not. And they actually went into these cemeteries and moved the bones under the cover of night. That's right.
To the tunnels. And people are like, You're doing what?
Yeah.
And they said, don't worry about it. Just go back to sleep. And from 1785 to 1787, over a couple of years, they, not only from Holy Innocents, but all the nearby cemeteries, they moved these bodies. In April of 1786, the catacombs were consecrated officially. That was called the Paris Ossuary at first, but catacombs sounds creepier, I guess.
Hey, have I been saying ossuary?
I think so.
Oh, man. Thank you for gently correcting me.
Well, I wasn't sure how it was pronounced, to be honest.
I sound like a 6-year-old kid trying to pronounce it.
So catacombs took over as the sort of, the go-to word. And they kind of just dumped him in there for a while until in 1810, there was a new quarry inspector who said, maybe we can have a little fun with this. Yeah. So just to be clear, when they moved the bones from the graveyard to these abandoned mine shafts, they would just go up to a hole in the ground and dump bones into the mine shaft, and they would just pile up where they fell at the bottom of the mine shaft. That's how they were transferred. And like you said, finally, one of the inspectors, a quarry inspector named Louis Etienne Héricard de Thury, pretty sure I said that right. Nice. He said, like you said, let's have some fun. So he got busy with his quarrymen, stacking bones into these now famous configurations of tibias and fibias and finger bones and thigh bones and neck bones.
And then head bones, finally, all of them with their eye sockets facing out. They built walls throughout these whole catacombs that had been designated an ossuary, or in French, an ossuary.
That's right. And I think from now to the end of time, a skull should be known as a head bone.
Isn't that what it is in that old Dry Bone song? Isn't that what they call it?
Oh, is it what, connected to the head bone?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, don't they say that?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
I don't remember that part.
That's like the part.
Oh, well, what was connected to it?
I think the neck bone, yeah.
Yeah, probably so. And the neck bone's connected to the skull.
Right.
All of a sudden,
and then everybody just stops singing and goes home.
Yeah.
This...
So, like you mentioned, there are no headstones there, so you don't know who was who. We do know there are some famouses there, like Robespierre, very famous statesman, is there. There's a painter named Simon Vouet.
Probably, yeah.
What? How would you say that?
A, yeah, you're right. I was going to say et, but there'd be an extra TE, I think.
Oh, okay. And then this guy, I think we should maybe do a show on at some point. Charles, I would say Perrault as an American, but what is that, Perrault?
Let's just go with I say ossuary, so I don't know why you're asking me.
Well, you took French, I didn't. This guy was like the granddaddy of the modern fairy tale. So he wrote Little Red Riding Hood and Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and Puss in Boots. And didn't know about this guy.
He put them all into a collection that he attributed to Mother Goose. So I couldn't find definitively that he invented Mother Goose, but he certainly made Mother Goose a star.
That's you're gonna go a long way, baby. Stick with me. Should we take a break, or you got something else? We should probably say that the reason why there's not a lot of people that you've heard of today, because they stopped adding bones in 1860. They said that's enough. Oh, sure.
This is a little nuts. Somebody thought of this almost 100 years ago. They were clearly insane. Paris went along with it. Let's just pretend like it was okay, but just stop doing it any further.
Yeah, Jim Morrison can stay where he's at.
I looked to see if he ever went and visited the catacombs, and I could not find that he ever did. So let's just say he didn't.
Oh, just as a tourist?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
I just was curious.
Dear diary. Today I went to the catacombs. I found my solace there.
Right. It was awesome.
All right. So now that break, and we're going to come back and talk about all the weird stuff that's happened there over the decades since.
Have you ever invested in something that seemed incredible at first but didn't live up to the hype? Well, marketers know that feeling. They optimize for the numbers that look great, impressions, reach, and reacts. But when they don't show revenue, well, that's a not so great conversation with the CFO. LinkedIn has a word for that: bull spend.
That's right, because you need to invest in what looks good to your CFO. LinkedIn Ads generates the highest ROAS, 121% of all major ad networks. You can reach the right buyers with LinkedIn Ads, and you can target by company, industry, job title, and more.
So cut the bull spend. Advertise on LinkedIn, the network that works for you. Spend $250 on your first campaign on LinkedIn Ads and get a $250 credit for the next one. Just go to linkedin.com/SYSK. That's linkedin.com/SYSK. Terms and conditions apply. Hey everybody, we're here to talk to you about Wayfair, who believes that spaces should be functional, they should be comfortable, they should be well designed, and they can be well designed by you with their help.
Your updated space should feel more comfortable, inviting, and practical for everyday use. And we're talking about outdoor seating, we're talking about grills, we're talking about major appliances. If you need storage solutions, Wayfair can help you out. Patio lighting, rugs, decor. It is your one-stop shop for home.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting nice out, so it's time to think about living outdoors for the next few months. And Wayfair knows that outdoor furniture, it's heavy, it's intimidating to assemble. So Wayfair has stepped in and said, we're going to handle the hard part so you don't have to.
That's right. You can shop Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. And that means their team of product specialists are going to vet everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like, quality materials, functionality, and features, and even how long it takes to build that piece of furniture. And the overall experience save time, reduce hassle, and improved convenience.
Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. So head to wayfair.com right now to get your outdoor space ready for way less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just a tee, the band tee from the last show your favorite band ever played. You wore it everywhere. Then your girlfriend started wearing it, which was cute, until she dumped you and took it with her, which was not so cute.
Yeah, well, anyway, now you're on eBay. And there it is. Same tee from the same tour. Still living in your memory, rent-free forever.
See, the things you love have a way of finding their way back to you. But eBay isn't just for getting whatever your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend stole back, right?
No, it's also for that rare championship foul ball you caught, then heroically gave to the kid next to you. And where else are you going to find your first car? The one you wish you'd never sold. But now, finally get the chance to take it back home. For good this time.
So shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
So, Chuck, there's been at the Catacombs a lot of bone deposits, bone stacking, that kind of stuff. But that, I think we said at the outset, that takes up just a really small amount of all of the tunnels that are under Paris. Sorry. They've done some other really fascinating stuff. Dozens and dozens of different, interesting, really creative, inventive things with these tunnels, right? Hundreds of different things.
Yes, for sure. And I don't want to make you feel self-conscious. I was laughing at a dirty joke that I couldn't say out loud.
Oh, I want to know.
I'll tell you later.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So a lot of, monks used to make chartreuse down there. Was that the birthplace of chartreuse?
Yeah.
In the catacombs?
Yeah. I don't remember mentioning that in our Amaro episode, but we definitely talked about chartreuse.
Yeah, for sure. So that's one thing that happened back then. Mushroom farming. There's been a great tradition of alcohol brewing actually over the years. Mm-hmm. Because one of the great things about having an underground system like that is it's very stable temperature wise. It's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit always.
Yeah, which is about 15.5 degrees Celsius for our French friends.
That's right. And so that means you can do a lot of stuff from like storing wine to
storing
beer. Exactly.
One of the things that made it so appealing, in addition to being able to keep it at like a constant cave temperature, cave aged anything is pretty great typically. Yeah. This is also real estate in the heart of Paris.
Yeah.
That, you can use some steps and go up street side and all of a sudden you're right there at your customers without having to pay the incredibly high price of real estate in Paris topside.
Oh, good point.
It's not
topside
mine.
Paris.
I've read it somewhere.
Mushroom farming was another big deal because one thing you don't need a ton of for most mushrooms is light. Sometimes if you want them to fruit, you may be able to manipulate light or something like that. But generally, mushroom growing can be done in very dark places. And so starting in the 19th century, actual mushroom farming, and not just like, I'm going to grow a few mushrooms, like they were producing about 1,000 tons of catacomb mushrooms a year.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm going to have to ask you never to use the word fruit and mushroom near each other again. I find it troubling for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. Mushrooms fruiting I don't like that at all.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm serious though.
No, I'll never do it.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Although you do owe me about 7 or 8 mentions for that oyster stew.
Oh, that's right. I feel better now.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, that's right. You should tell everybody you're finally feeling good.
Yeah, I'm finally feeling well. It was I had some fruity mushrooms and everything's fine.
Yeah. So let's see. What else, Chuck? Oh, I was totally joking when I said there's been hundreds of creative uses. There's been basically 3, and 2 of them are technically the same, which is brewing alcohol.
Yeah, mushroom farming, and what's the third?
Brewing alcohol and brewing alcohol, depending on which kind of alcohol, beer or chartreuse. That's it.
It's also been a good hidey spot over the years, depending on what's going on with the government. During the French Revolution, revolutionaries hid out down there and were chased down there.
Sure.
There was an alt-right group in the 30s called, how would you pronounce that, Josh?
La Cagoule.
La Cagoule. They not only hid down there, but would use it as a way to get around and potentially break into government buildings, I guess, from the bottom.
Yeah, until the 50s, and in some cases even decades after that, there were a lot of buildings in Paris who had doors, sometimes forgotten doors, in their cellars or basements that led directly to the catacombs or the underground tunnels in Paris.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So it was kind of easy to get down there for a very long time. It's actually really recent that it's now very hard to get into the off-limits parts. But as we'll see, that doesn't actually deter anybody.
No, of course not. During World War II, obviously, there's going to be either Nazis down there or the French resistance might be down there.
Can't you just see them in like adjoining tunnels, but not knowing that the other one's there?
Yeah, that sounds like a Tarantino thing.
Yeah, it does.
But what they're most famous for now is being able to go down there with your niece, the movie star.
Yeah.
It's been a tourist attraction since Napoleon said, you know, it would be great. The year's 1809. I think it's high time we start letting people down there to tour this pretty cool thing. And it's sort of vacillated over the years. It used to be like, you could go down there once a month if you were a citizen of Paris only. Sometimes it was like quarterly. Finally, they said, you know what, let's just make money on this.
Right.
And it's open, Tuesday to Sunday. I guess they close on Monday like a lot of museums do.
Mm-hmm.
9:45 to 8:30. It'll cost you 31 euros these days, which is about the same in dollars, I think, right now?
It's like 0.96 euros to the dollar, I think, today.
Okay, so pretty close. Man, you really keep up with that. Not bad.
Thanks.
Let me see how my Euro stocks are doing.
No, actually, to tell you the truth, I was going to translate the dollar that you could make off of a cow in our Tragedy of the Commons episode, and the euros and
That's
stuff
how you
like
found
that,
it?
but we
Okay.
never got around to it.
That's funny.
I can also tell you it's 0.8 pounds to the dollar today as well. But a dollar,
all right.
160 Australian dollars to the dollar.
Well, I just came back from Mexico City, so I basically just divide by 20.
Is it 20 now? I thought it was like 10 last time we were there. Has
I
it
think
changed?
it's
Or
20.
am I just wrong? It was 20 back then, like last
Oh,
year.
I don't know. But I think you divide by 20-ish now. And but my friends that we were with were like, I can't even think of it that way. I heard all you have to do is like drop a zero and then divide that in half. So everyone has their own
Jump
way of
on
kind
one
of
foot
thinking about
and
this
shout,
thing.
"How much is this?"
Exactly. How long does this tour take, Josh? You went through it.
An hour. I don't remember it taking an hour more or less. I don't. It's weird because when you're in the catacombs, you're out of time. Like
Sure.
there is no light whatsoever reaching you. The only light in there is electric. And apparently that's only been around since the 70s. Before that, they gave you a candle and said, good luck.
Cool.
But it's the light that is in there is almost, it makes it even eerier because it's sodium light. So it's got a kind of an orangish, yellowish cast to it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a weird place to be. So I believe that it's an hour, but I have no recollection of how long it took.
Okay, that sounds about right. You go down a big spiral staircase. There's a lot of stair climbing, obviously, right?
Yeah, it's yes, there is.
Okay.
Like 500 steps or something like that. So yeah, you go down like a
geez.
spiral staircase and there's multiple stairs.
Yeah, so you're walking down. Before you enter, you go through something called the Port Mahon Corridor, which has a replica of the Port Mahon Fortress. I imagine that looks kind of cool, right?
It does. I don't remember it, but I looked up a picture and a little bit on that. The guy who carved that was not a hostage, an inmate at this prison for years, and redid it from memory, carved into the stone.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And he actually died there from a landslide or a rock-in or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. While he was building some steps to get to it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he really
caved in, huh?
He dedicated his life to that thing.
That's very sad.
Yeah, but appropriate for the catacombs,
Yeah,
if you think
that's
about
true.
it.
You can just stay right there
Mm-hmm.
if you die. Like you mentioned, 72 is when electricity came along. There is something called Ariadne's thread, a black line to ensure that you don't get lost. And I thought, well, what a strange name that is.
Oh, you looked it up too?
Yeah.
Good for
So
you,
Ariadne
buddy.
was the daughter of King Minos and was associated with mazes and labyrinths. And while it is a literal thing painted there, it's also, ties back to Ariadne and the sort of like while she was a person, it's also like a logic, like applying logic to all possible routes of a maze to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ariadne as well.
Yeah, I also saw that she helped Theseus get out of the labyrinth by leaving a thread for him to follow back after he slew the Minotaur.
Yeah, what does this look like, though? I couldn't find any pictures of this actually in the catacombs.
I don't remember it either.
Okay.
It's supposedly on the ceiling. I think it's just a black line.
Okay. Yeah. You don't remember much about this.
I don't. It's weird. Like, I have pictures of it, and I remember the thing with Mila, but like a lot of these pictures that I went and looked at online, I'm like, I don't remember seeing that at all. I don't think I was drunk. I'm pretty sure I was fairly sober. I think I just, my episodic memory is shot to holy heck.
You remember those boobs?
That's right. I do. I guess they made more of an impression on me than I remembered.
You mentioned, well, let's talk about some of these chambers. A lot of them are like the coolest parts of the catacombs are not open to the public and technically, officially illegal and off limits.
So, okay,
but
that may be why I don't remember some of these.
Because they weren't the super cool ones were not on the tour.
I guess. I'm just grasping at straws here. Help me out.
Well, I looked at some pictures of some of these. The La Plage, which means the beach, is a really cool room because it's got a sandy floor and they painted it like a beach scene on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks. I mean, all these places look like where the Lost Boys might hang out.
That was one of the coolest things about that movie. That backstory that the crazy, amazing, rich hotel slid into the ocean, and now that's where they lived, and there were old chandeliers kind of hanging out. I
forgot about that. Yeah.
Super
That's
cool.
totally what it was.
Super cool.
Yeah. What else? What other cool rooms are off limits?
That's it.
You're not going to talk about Sala Z or Zed?
I did not look that one up, but there are. Let me give you a couple other ones. There was a group called Le Mexicain de la Perforation. Let's just say it like that. They overtook one of the caves beneath the Palais de Chaillot and set up a movie theater there with a bar and room for 20 people to watch a movie. And I did not find what movie they showed.
Yeah, that is super cool. That was a subset of a group called UX, short for Urban Experiment. And it's an artist collective in Paris, founded in 1981 and by a group of teenagers back then, that like they'll do this cool stuff. Like they snuck into the Pantheon for months in a row to restore a clock there, but like on the down low.
Yeah, I saw that was a subgroup of UX called the Untergunther, and they were the ones that actually did the clock. UX is almost like an umbrella group.
Yeah. Just like the group that did the movie theater, they were a subgroup.
Right, exactly. And then UX also is like a acronym for Urban Explorer too, which these people also are. So they kind of almost made a play on slang, which is really something.
Yeah, that is really something. But all of these people who sneak down there and do stuff are known as cataphiles. Mm-hmm. And those are the people, the urban adventurers who illegally find their way into the catacombs to party, to hang out, to show movies, to have concerts and parties and like
show movies.
All things, all kinds of things are going on down there over the decades, and it seems to have really kicked off. I mean, they've been doing it since the 1800s. I think they had a Chopin, like 45-piece orchestra did a Chopin concert down there.
Yeah, they played Chopin's Funeral March, and I was like, I'm not familiar with that one. It's Darth Vader's theme.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Or does it just sound like it?
It's Darth Vader's. It's not possible that John Williams just coincidentally came up with that as Darth Vader's theme. Yeah, it's like an adaptation of the Funeral March.
Okay. Well, that's probably a well-known thing then.
It's got to be. I've never heard that before, though.
No,
and I know
hadn't either.
everything there is about Star Wars. Just try me.
In the 70s and 80s is when it seems like the cataphiles really kind of, took roost down there because it was a great place to go hide. Like the punk rock movement kind of moved downstairs underground, literally underground.
Hey,
and they tried to keep people out over the years, but like you said, people are going to find a way in if they want to.
That's right. And I say we take another break and we'll come back and find out, do people find their way in if they want to? After this?
Let's do it.
Have you ever invested in something that seemed incredible at first but didn't live up to the hype? Well, marketers know that feeling. They optimize for the numbers that look great, impressions, reach, and reacts. But when they don't show revenue, well, that's a not so great conversation with the CFO. LinkedIn has a word for that: bull spend.
That's right, because you need to invest in what looks good to your CFO. LinkedIn Ads generates the highest ROAS, 121% of all major ad networks. You can reach the right buyers with LinkedIn Ads, and you can target by company, industry, job title, and more.
So cut the bull spend. Advertise on LinkedIn, the network that works for you. Spend $250 on your first campaign on LinkedIn Ads and get a $250 credit for the next one. Just go to linkedin.com/SYSK. That's linkedin.com/SYSK. Terms and conditions apply.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just a tee, the band tee from the last show your favorite band ever played. You wore it everywhere. Then your girlfriend started wearing it, which was cute until she dumped you and took it with her, which was not so cute.
Yeah, well, anyway, now you're on eBay. And there it is. Same tee from the same tour. Still living in your memory, rent-free forever.
See, the things you love have a way of finding their way back to you. But eBay isn't just for getting whatever your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend stole back, right?
No, it's also for that rare championship foul ball you caught, then heroically gave to the kid next to you. And where else are you going to find your first car? The one you wish you'd never sold. But now, finally get the chance to take it back home. For good this time.
So shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love. Everyone knows winter is the real mess maker. You don't need WeatherTech floor liners for summer unless you hit the beach and half the beach ends up back in your car, or the campsite dirt ends up in your trunk. Then you'd want a cargo liner, or a road trip goes sideways, lemonade spills, ketchup goes rogue, ice cream drips. Yeah, you'd be pretty happy about those WeatherTech seat protectors. So just to be clear, as the mud you're inevitably going to step in this summer, you don't need WeatherTech unless you plan on doing summer. Visit WeatherTech.com today. So yeah, people do find their way in, like I said, and they've been doing that a lot since the beginning. And, besides partying and doing drugs, like there are all kinds of like cool works of art. There's murals painted on some walls, obviously all kinds of graffiti. Sometimes they leave messages and leaflets and things for each other to find and try to avoid the cataflix, which is literally translated as catacops.
Yeah, which is a special detachment of the gendarmes that their whole thing is catching people down in the tunnels. And from what I read, that if you're a true cataphile, and I guess there was an article in I think 2015 or something like that, that estimated there's around 100 genuine cataphiles. The cataflix are probably going to leave you alone, at the very least, just maybe give you a warning or something like that. If you're a tourist in the sense of like the Fight Club support group tourist, then you're probably going to get that €60 fine, because you really, as far as the cataflix are concerned, you have no business being down there. It's dangerous. You got no respect for tradition like the actual cataphiles do. And something else I read, Chuck, you're actually trespassing on private property. Because if you buy a piece of real estate in Paris, your ownership extends to whatever's below it in the underground.
Really? Wow.
And that sounds kind of cool until your house caves in and the city's like, it's your property, top to bottom.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
And they actually at City Hall make that sound when you come in to ask them for help.
Parisians pioneered the fart noise.
Yeah. The raspberry.
The fine, the 60 euros you mentioned, I saw 65. I mean, that's just like double the cost of legal entry. So it's not the biggest fine.
No. And it does give you a sense that it's not considered like the crime of the century in Paris, but at the same time, there's a special police detachment to catch people doing that. So there's almost mixed messages with that.
Yeah, for sure. The IGC, that inspection group with the French name, still maintains it. They've been doing so since 1777. And there are still collapses here and there, but it is mainly shored up. This other thing I thought was fun, the ways that people have found their way in. When they close off an area, sometimes the cataphiles will go in there and like reopen it and make a way to get in. And they're called, I don't know how you would say it in French, but it translates as cat flaps, like a cat door. Kind of cool.
Chatiers.
Chatier? Okay.
Chat is C-H-A-T, that's cat.
Oh.
And
nice.
ears is flaps, I guess.
Yeah. It's been in a bunch of movies and stuff too, right?
Yeah. One of the most famous uses of the Paris Underground came in The Phantom of the Opera. And I'm not sure if it was in the original novel, although it probably was. But I certainly know that in the stage play or the musical, that's where the Phantom lives. But more to the point, there's supposedly like an underground lake there that the Phantom rows his gondola on, right?
Cool.
There actually is an underground reservoir under the Paris Opera House. It's not an urban legend that Gaston Theroux made up. It was, or Andrew Lloyd Webber, one of the two. When they were building the Opera House, to keep the foundation from just filling up with water over and over again while they were building it, they built a reservoir to impound the water in. And so it's like 12 feet deep by almost, I think, like 60 yards, 60 meters long.
Hey,
little reservoir that you could conceivably sail a gondola on if you were the kind of person to live underground.
Do you know if the water, is it continually filling up?
I don't know. Give me a break, man.
Oh, what about the evaporation?
Right. But I mean, it definitely has to be constantly replaced because they had to build this reservoir to hold the water that was always trickling in. But yeah, it makes sense. Why wouldn't it overflow once in a while? I don't know.
I shouldn't have asked.
I don't know. You ruined the story, but
gamers might recognize the catacombs from Assassin's Creed Unity.
Pretty cool. I was looking at screenshots of that. It's pretty neat. Did you play that one?
No, I didn't play that one.
Do you play any of them?
Assassin's Creeds? No.
Do you have something against
good.
them? Or
No. I just, my gaming is limited.
I see. What's your latest game?
I'm playing a horror game right now called Alan Wake 2. It's the second Alan Wake. And I'd never played a horror game before, and it is pretty scary.
So it's genuinely scary.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like when you're playing this game, they look so good now and they're so realistic. So you're creeping around with a flashlight in these rooms and you hear noises and see things, and it's super creepy.
Are they like jump scares, or do they just create like a sense of ongoing dread?
Both.
Wow, that's masterful.
Definitely ongoing dread, and then when the jump scare happens, when a bad person comes out, it's just it scares big grown boy Chucky.
Fantastic.
Alan Wake 2, everybody.
Like Alan Wake, like somebody's name?
Yeah.
The second or the sequel?
The sequel.
Okay.
It would be Alan Wake Jr., I think, probably.
I guess so.
Don't call me Junior.
Henry Ford II was not a junior.
Yeah, because who wants to be called Junior?
I don't know. I'd go with JR if I was a junior.
Oh, totally.
Call me JR. What does it stand for? It stands for junior.
Here's one cool thing, and this guy might be worth a podcast on his own. But there was a photographer. He went by the name Nadar, I guess, Nadar. And this is in the 1860s. His real name is Felix, I guess. How would you pronounce that last name?
Tournachon.
Tournachon. He was a very accomplished dude, sort of the pioneer of the medium. This was early photography and the guy in Paris, photography-wise, at the time. But he invented a battery-operated light, basically, and is one of the first people ever in the history of photography to use artificial light to take a picture. And over the course of 3 months, starting in 1861, he went down into the catacombs with 18 minutes per exposure.
Yeah.
Took a lot of pictures of the catacombs, and they are super cool and creepy pictures from 1861.
They are creepy. What's cool is because of that 18-minute exposure time, any of the photographs of workers working in the catacombs are actually dummies as stand-ins.
Oh, that makes sense.
It makes it even a little creepier too, if you ask me.
Yeah, and those head bones weren't moving, so they're fine.
I have one more thing for you about dummies in underground places. There's a awesome, I'm sure I've talked about it before, one of the greatest tourist attractions I've ever been to in my life was in Budapest. There's something called the Hospital in the Rock. And I think it was maybe World War II, maybe Cold War, but it was a hospital that they dug out of a cave system on a stone hill in Budapest.
Oh, wow.
And it's a hospital. It's got like that white, creepy subway tile. There's gurneys everywhere still. And it was like just this emergency hospital in case the town ever got bombed or whatever. And they have dummies everywhere, mannequins. And that just chef's kisses it for me. Like, it makes it so scary, even though they're not trying to make it scary.
Yeah.
It just really is. I think if you have dummies in your tourist attraction, you've just taken it to another level. Like, put dummies in your tourist attraction. Don't just leave it for people who use their dumb imaginations. Like, give them some dummies dressed up, and it'll really make it. You'll be rolling in the dough after that, I think.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, it's going to up the creep factor, because that just dead-eyed expression of a dummy is pretty
Right.
great.
But if you ever go to Budapest, you have to go to the Hospital in the Rock. It's amazing.
I'm going to have to ask Emily. She took a solo trip there a couple of years ago. I need to see if she went there.
I think I asked you if she did or not, and I don't know if she did, but
Probably not, because she would have. I feel like I would have remembered her telling me
it
about
definitely seems like it would have been up her alley, though, for sure.
Yeah. She was like, were there paintings there? Then I didn't go.
The dummies were painted. Their faces were.
Oh, that's true. What about crime? There's been a lot of crime there over the years because, like you said, that's a good place to pop underground and then pop up into somebody's expensive wine cellar or something.
Yeah, apparently in 2017, some thieves stole over $250,000 worth of wine that was cooling in a cave. I guess belonged to some winery.
Yeah.
Not cool.
People have been stealing bones down there since there have been bones down there. Highly illegal.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, not just for the illegality. That's really disrespectful.
Yeah, I think that a lot of them back in the day were to sell to sort of like cadavers, sell to medical students. Like, hey, here's a head bone for however many francs.
Right. Shekels?
Yeah.
What about ghosts, Chuck?
Yeah, of course there's going to be ghosts down there. There's a couple of more well-known than others. I think the most well-known is a guy named Philibert Aspert.
Yeah. You can put a little emphasis on the T at the end, though.
Aspert?
I think so. Maybe that's a little too much, but somewhere in between those two.
I know I'm wrong, but when it comes to French, I just want to drop the last letter of everything.
Well, they do that a lot. That's how they get you.
Exactly. Anyway, he worked at a military hospital in the late 18th century, and apparently in 1793 got lost in the catacombs with his own lone candle and never found his way out. And just like I said, the convenient thing about dying down there is you just stay there. And apparently if you bring a candle there, you hear his voice just before the candle goes out.
Mm-hmm. He says, "Welcome in, bienvenue."
Were you creeped out down there, or was it just like, oh, this is a cool thing?
It was not at all creepy. It's not presented to be creepy either. It's just, it is what it is.
Right. Bunch of bones.
I was not at all creeped out.
Yeah, I got to go check it out next time. Did you look up that video, by the way, the one that's like highly likely faked?
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't moved by it at all. Were you?
No, there's this videotape that I think it was just like 2017 that circulated that was like, it was like a Blair Witch thing. Like, is it real? Is it not? It was a guy walking through the catacombs and apparently gets lost and starts to freak out and run and hear sounds. And then the last shot you see is like the camera falling to the ground and into like a puddle. And some people say it's real. Some people say it's not. I don't know. It feels like it's probably faked, but I wasn't like, oh my God. It was kind of not that interesting.
Yeah. Agreed. It was like a dull 2-sentence horror story.
Yeah. Okay. Agreed.
You got anything else about the catacombs?
Nope. It's on the list.
Yep. You should go. You'll enjoy it. And don't forget the hospital in the rock, too.
Right.
Since Chuck said right, of course, that means it's time for a listener mail.
Here's a correction to our Gong Show episode. Hey, guys, there was one big error in this.
Oh, I know what this is. Is it an omission?
No.
Oh, okay.
Something we got wrong. What was our omission?
Gene the Dancing Machine.
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe we didn't mention Gene the Dancing Machine in the entire episode?
I thought we had, but apparently we didn't. But yeah, I think big shout out to Gene, a legend of that show.
I think both of us thought that we had because Livia clearly included him in the article as mentioned.
Yeah, and
I think we just passed over him and didn't talk about him. It's just sad.
Yeah, no disrespect intended. We both loved Gene.
How do you not?
Exactly. So this was an error, though. Chuck Barris, guys, did not invent syndication. It has been around in television forever, with some notable 1950s shows such as Sea Hunt and Life with Elizabeth. Nor was The Parent Game the first syndicated game show or even Chuck's first syndicated show. First syndicated game shows came in 1965, Everything's Relative and PDQ. And Chuck Barris's first foray in 1969, The Game. Initially, that was to give local stations some color options since old sitcoms wouldn't be in color. But syndication exploded in 1972 because the FCC gave the 7:30 time slot back to the local stations. And for those stations, it was cheaper to buy a game show than to make local content. I know this, guys, because I'm a bit of a semi-pro TV historian.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with an emphasis on game shows in particular. So I feel a duty when something is broadly misstated, as that was. I have to try and correct the record. I had hoped you use Gong This Book as one of your sources, as it was written by a real-life TV historian named Adam Nedeff, who I've done some research for in the past. I hope you're enjoying the snow today. So this came a little while ago. But that is from Mike Berger in Livonia, Michigan. And Mike, you're going to hang on to your email, and we might hit you up if we ever need any insight on TV history.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mike. I mean, criticism from Caesar. That's pretty awesome.
Totally.
Well, if you want to be like Mike and just completely devastate us in something we said and just show how utterly wrong we were, we love to hear that stuff, especially if you're an historian, semi-pro or otherwise. You can send us an email to stuffpodcast@iheartradio.com.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
You know, you could be adored by everyone and still completely ignored by your cat. Trust me, I know. But if you feed your cat Sheba, you can go from being ignored to truly adored in 12 days guaranteed or your money back. Sheba has a full menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, even a kitten's menu. It's so cute. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater. Like Sheba Puree, it's made with bone broth. They are chef-inspired flavors. It's got a smooth and creamy texture that cats love and contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. It's food that your cat's gonna love. To learn more, check out Sheba.com. That's SHEBA.com.
Service opens doors, and at American Military University, it can open doors for the whole family. If you have a loved one who served in the military, you may qualify for reduced tuition. AMU offers flexible online programs designed to fit your schedule, so you can keep moving forward wherever life takes you. Learn more at amu.apus.edu/military. Open doors to the future for you and your family with the help of American Military University.
Everyone knows winter is the real mess maker. You don't need WeatherTech floor liners for summer unless you hit the beach and half the beach ends up back in your car, or the campsite dirt ends up in your trunk. Then you'd want a cargo liner, or a road trip goes sideways, lemonade spills, ketchup goes rogue, ice cream drips. Yeah, you'd be pretty happy about those WeatherTech seat protectors. So just to be clear, as the mud you're inevitably going to step in this summer, you don't need WeatherTech unless you plan on doing summer. Visit WeatherTech.com today.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.